phone I'm using. This is interesting. Okay, so it has started recording. And so let me try and get this link. I think this is how to get, no, I'm going to rename it. Actually, oh, I think I need to refresh. So much for, okay, so this is, let me click on my drive and see. You guys can hear me, right? Not to waste time. So, since I already have the data set with me, but what you're going to do is just use the, no, okay, yeah, so this is the finance data set, right? I think I've shared it with you guys before, but try and get the one online to use. So, let's see, it's trying to connect. So, can you guys see the navigator? The navigator is having two financials, one and financial. So one is the table and one is the sheet. This is the sheet, the one with the blue. Can you see that? The one with the blue is the sheet. The one that it looks plain and looking like a folder is the table. Now you can pick any one and use. So even if you preview them, you are going to see that same thing, right? So don't just get confused. So the next thing is to click the tick mark and transform data. And so by the time you click on transform, your Power BI will come up, your Power Query, sorry, will come up. Because I'm using two different screens, it came up in my main screen. So I'm just going to refresh. So it has done some transformation for me already. Otherwise, this is what it's supposed to look like, right? So from the source, you are going to click on, you can see the table here. So I'm just going to click on the financials table. That's the navigation. So it automatically promotes the first row to header. So it does this for me. It will help me change data type. You understand? So remember that I wanted to change this United States of America to USA. So I'll just click on my country, go to transform, do replace values. Under transform, there's a replace value. I want to change United States of America, and it have to be, you cannot say, so United States of America has capital, it's all capitalized except for the off. You have to be very, very careful to what? To USA. Right. And so when I'm done, I'll just click on OK. I've replaced my value, and mind you, you can name your distance. I'll say changed or I can say abbreviated USA, abbreviated USA in country column. You understand? So just so that these are your steps. Remember the Power Query rule. Always explain your steps. So the next thing is, and so you can see, this is the navigator. They've asked you to navigate, do your transformation. Okay, so they're asking us to create a table for the product, right? So create a table for the product. Now see what you're going to do. In order for me to do that, I can either go to when I'm done, unit sold. So remember, change this to currency. Remember, so The same thing to this, since it's price, change it to currency. This is in dollar, of course, if you guys remember. Change this to also currency, sales to currency, profit to currency, like that. Always change data type to adjust to so profit too is also in currency. These are date time. So when I'm done, I'll just close and apply. Now it takes, you just give it a little bit, and under this my data pane, you are going to see the data that I uploaded here. So it's going to take some time to load. Just give it a while. Power Query is a bit heavy, so you guys have to be really patient with it. Any questions? I guess we've already done this in 3 sessions now, so it's something we already know, right? So the next thing they're asking us to do here is create a table for our products. Now I can either create a table for the product itself, or I would so it has loaded. The data set will load here now. So I can either create a table here, right, by going to my table view and create a new table, or I'll show you the 2 methods to use. I'll create a new table. So the table name is, let's see, I think it's product category. What did they say is the name? Oh, the name of the table is products. So I can come and see products, right? Um, yeah, so the role is empty. I'm gonna create a new column. Yeah, so the column name is this. Yikes. My column name would be, oh, so I was supposed to create column 1. Let me see. So this is a DAX. So the table name, product, column, I want to name this product. Then I think this I can put a list. So okay, let me just put blank. But I think I can put a list. I'm not sure. So I think I can actually put a list here of things I want to yeah, so but I'm not sure. Okay, so it's saying that let me see. Okay, so let's look for a way to create this table. I'm actually supposed to create the table in Power Query, I think. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on, this is not supposed to be anything, so I think this should just be a list. I think it's a table, is a column list or so. Let me see, list. I'm just trying out something. Let's see if it works. Oh, so yeah. So I'm gonna create a list of these VVT, Pasio, Caratera, Velo, Amarilla. So I'm just going to create a list of it. So so I have Caratera, comma, gonna give it another and a different name. So Montana is there. Pasio, then I think it's Velo. If I'm not mistaken. Then the last one is Amarilla. Yeah. Hopefully I didn't make any mistake. I'll click on OK. Okay, I think I made a mistake. So he's saying added by row function must have a, okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, let me see. Control. I think I'm supposed to give it a list of something. Let me try it with this and see. Okay, still giving me the error. So I think I'm supposed to make it a list or so. I think. Okay, so that's fine. So you're saying expression, write a single row in a, so return a single row. I want to enter multiple rows. So hold on. Let me browse what that is. So create a column with rows of data in DAX. There's a simpler way for me to do this. I just want to try using the DAX. Oh, please. I've not really tried it before, so I wanted to try the shortcut of it, but I'm curious to use that. I think you can manually type it. I've actually forgotten how, but you can actually manually type it. Oh, this is interesting. Anyways, let me try and use the shortcut or the, I don't have to use DAX, but I have forgotten how to. So let me see. I've really forgotten how to, I think I can add, I've forgotten. Anyways, I'm going to go to transform, go to home, go to transform. Let me just do that using Power Query. I don't use the DAX a lot. So I'm just going to create, I'll duplicate this guy and name it product. Yeah, but what did he say? That's okay, product. I have one there. I'm going to remove, so I'm going to click here, right? I'm going to go to remove, remove columns, remove other columns. It's going to remove everything except the column I'm selecting. Now I'm just going to, I think, go to transform, and let me see. I think there's a remove duplicate. No, I think it's home. Where is the duplicate again, sir? Where is it? Where is it? Somebody should show me where is it. Where is this? Where is it? There's duplicate somewhere here. No, 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 not duplicate column. I think it's from column. Okay, yeah. So remove rows, remove duplicate rows. It's just going to give me only what I need, and I'll just close and apply. Now I'm going to remove this product. I'll remove this product table because, yep, I'm going to remove this product table because I don't think we need it. I wanted to use DAX, but obviously I'm not too good with DAX. Now it's asking me that I should create for Carotera category, I should make a product category A, C, A, B, C, C. That's what it said. They ask us to do. And so what I can then do is uh, just column from example. And I'll create a column called product category. And this is category based on what they ask us to do here. This is category A. The second is, we don't have Montana here. I think we removed Montana in our distance, so that's fine. So this is category A. The Passio is category A. Let's say category A. No, not everything is category A. Anyways, the Velo is category B, and the rest is category C. I'll just say cat B and cat CC. Now you can do this in Excel and just upload it if you want. Now I can name the name of my table to be products, and I will just do close and apply. So you can actually do this in Power Query instead of using DAX. So you can see my table view. Now if I go to my model view, you will see that I have two tables, and already it has already linked it for me. It has linked it one to many. If I click on my product, you see that it is linked to where's my product? Yeah, so you see that it's linked to my product column in my financials data set. So you try as much as possible to make sure that it is also linked. You can also create a date data set, a date table. So we have from January. So this is from interesting. So we have let's see. I have December 1 to December 1, 2014. You can also create a calendar for it as well, so that you have a table with a different data, with a calendar data set if you so want, just so you can create that connection. What's the next thing they ask us to do? So they want to start building report, and you can see that you already have this here in your model view. So okay, this is the one-to-one, one-to-many. This why SQL is actually important in learning Power BI. And so they said that calculation, that's the DAX, the data analysis expression, calculated table, this. So they want to do profit margin now. So the profit margin basically is a percentage. So the profit margin, your profit divided by sales. So you can have your profit margin. So they're asking you to create a profit margin DAX expression. So so I can then come to my report, go to my, oh no, you don't necessarily need to there. You can go to my financial table, the financial table data set, right click and click on new measure. That's how you create a DAX expression. So they ask you to create a profit margin. So the name of the measure is called profit margin. And they said this word, the sum of the profit, sum of profit, financial profit. Where's profit? Profit divided by the sum of sales. And I think that will be it. Then you can also convert it to, you already have profit margin already. So, but let me just say profit underscore margin. We've already created that before, I think. I'm just gonna click okay, and it's going to calculate it for me. And you can see that where is the profit margin? Oh, the profit margin is not here. That's because it's it's a data analysis expression. You don't necessarily have to, you will not see it on your table here. So it's by the time you start creating your dashboards, that's when you start your visuals, that's when you start seeing it. So they are now asking that visualization, okay, you're just telling you where your visualization is, which we've already done. And they ask you to. So basically the reason why you created your profit margin is to create this particular report. They want to do sales by profit margin by date, they want to do sales by product, they want to do sales by segment. So basically we'll just do this. Now this is meant to be a background color for your title. This is your title, this is your calendar, this is your drop down button, like data validation, but this one contains everything that has to do with country. And this is how basically they want you to create something like this. So first we are going to this is your what they call your background. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
You're still there. Yeah, so basically this is your background. So I mentioned that it's like an art, is an art. So you have to know mentally what you want to create. So we have our title, sees our text here. What did they say? They say the name of the text is what, sales report. So first of all, you can choose a font you want to use and change the font to something big. So you say sales report, right? Now, depending on how you want it, you can make it now see what's happening here. Let's go here. So you can see that everywhere here is a background. Then you now have a text. It looks like it's a background. Then the main background here, which is our Canva here, is actually what, brown. Is it brown or so? So we can just click anywhere here, go to format, go to settings, background settings, and we'll just choose somewhere like this and reduce the transparency. You can see Now you can see that our sales report actually has a background. You understand that we can actually change. Now you can either decide to say, let's trick our, it's all about tricking, right? So something like this. You can do this, right? And say, this is my sales report. I want to change my background to, I want to change it to blue according to them. You can see, and we now have my text to be white, so I can highlight, go to color, change it to white, and maybe possibly increase my font. So you can see that we have something like this. This is one way to go about it. The second way is you can create a background on its own. Go to insert, go to shape, go to triangle, right? And you can see we already have our background here, right? And so we can then say, come to our text, remove the background, right? Reduce this, our font. You know, this is up, right? So I'll just go remove it, then click and just drag to this place here. In order to make it in the middle, you just select this and select my background, image I just entered. Now come to format and click on align and click on middle. And you can see it automatically align in the middle. That's the middle between this my background and my text, so it will align in the middle. Now that I have that, now if I come to my selection, now I have my shape before my text. My text is supposed to be on top so that my shape don't block it. So by the time then you can see it like this. Now the next thing I want you to do is to add a drop down and a calendar. Now I can then go to my date. I'll just click on my, make sure nothing is selected here. You click on your date. I see it has already created a table for me, but a table is not what I want. I want a slider. Now I am going to click on, my slider will be slicer rather. But the problem with this is that it's not going to give me that particular option. And the reason is because it's a format thing. So what I just need to do is just come to more and go to, let's see, forgotten how they do that again. Yeah, so I'm going to remove everything, but instead of date hierarchy to just be date. I have my date here. Instead of date hierarchy to just be date alone, and you have something like this. I can then go to my settings and change it from vertical to between. And therefore I have my slicer now, which is something like this. I can then increase my fonts. This is my value. I would increase it, change the font style and the size, just so that it can come out well, look big and stuff. I can change the title of the slicer header. I can increase it to date so that it should be a little bit big. Is it? Change the font to, it's not showing me anything, which is weird. I think I can just add a title instead and say 8. Oh, sorry. Okay, so it's the date. Put it in the middle, you know. Now, if I drag it to this place here, you can see that it doesn't look like this guy here. And that's because it also has a background color that I'm not removing. So I will just go to size and style, go to background and remove it. And you can see now, if you look at it, I also have a white, everything here is white. So I'm just going to go to my title, change the color to white. It doesn't have a title per se, but yeah, I'm just going to use title. My slicer, I'm going to change it to white, so you can see it as white. My values also, I'm going to change it to white. You can see we are done with this particular part. Although this doesn't have a date, but it's fine. Now for country, I just need to click on, make sure you are not selecting anything before when you want to add another new visual. I'm going to go to country and just click on country. Now it's going to just show me a table. It does suggestion. What I want is actually a slicer. You can see my slicer. Now if I go to my slicer settings, I can change it to a drop down, which is what we have here. Which is basically what we have here, right? And let's reduce it. Then you click and drag. And maybe you want to put everything in the middle here. You can see it's already snapping. Let me click on my date. Let me just go a little bit here like this. Like this. I can go to the properties and just change from advanced to remove responsive so that it just look very simple like this. Now I'll click on my country slicer and I'll go to the style and size and style, remove the background. Every other thing is white. Go to my header, change it to white, increase, maybe make it bold, increase it a little bit. Go to my my values, change the settings, the font settings, and the value. And maybe you just want to increase it. Now, by the time I click this drop down like this, you can see that I have my country. Oh, my value, I don't want it to be white. Maybe I want it to be black. Because I want to be able to see everything here. Okay, so yeah. So we are done with this part. Right? Okay, so it's saying that for this background, I might need to reduce the size a little. So I can click on my shape, go to style and size and style, go to height, reduce the height. Oh, okay, so that's fine. Oh, Control Z. So I'm going to reduce the width. So let's just do this to 1160. And increase the horizontal movement. That's this movement to go this way. Let's say to 14. You can see I can reduce it to 10. Okay, this is fine. This looks fine. Then I can then increase the vertical distance. So yeah, so something like this, and just reduce the height a little bit. So that I'll have that space, just like, and it looks like our shape has a border, and I don't want a border there. It has a border, and I don't want a border there. I'm just going to remove it. So it just looks, yeah. So basically, we've created this. The next thing is want to create a line chart that has sales and profit margin. We also want to create this, I've forgotten the name of this. The rest of these are bar charts, profit margin by segment, profit margin by sales. We can come to, for our line chart, we already have our line chart here, so we can click on our line chart. Maybe reduce it to something like this and something like this. So what data do we want to put? We want to put date, right? I want to put sales and profit margin. So I can just come click on my date here. It is intuitive to know, so you don't really need to bother. Then we need sales. We also need profit margin. Now you can see that it's just giving us a straight line, and that's because it's thinking that it is year to year, from 2023 to 2024. Now, in order for us to show that effect, you just click on drill down like that. You can see it. It's looking, our profit margin is not looking too nice. I think I will just click on profit. Yeah, so profit. Then you can then go to your settings depending on what you want to see. So I do not want to see my grid. I always have issues with grid. So my grid lines, I'm going to remove it because I really don't want to see my grid lines. Vertical lines, I'm also going to remove it. My x-axis, I don't want to see the title. The title here is the year. I don't want to see it. I'll go to the values. I make sure that I change my font, to something I like. Now this will require you doing a lot of exploration. Now I don't like the title, but that's fine. The legend, I'm just going to remove title, right? Then you can usually, I'll advise you to change the name of the x-axis from sum of sales. You just double click to just sales. You just want sales, and you want since they had profit margin there, you just say profit margin or profit. And you can see that the name of the margins automatically changed. Now for the title, they said sales and profit margin by date. So you can just say sales and profit margin trend. If you want, you just want to do your own difference. So because what you are looking at is a trend, right? So you just see trend. And I think you are good. Then you can then bring it to the middle, make make it nice. And now for the line chart, I can go to how I want my line chart to look at, which is lines here. Right? I'll click on it. So what I want is I want to make it a little bit light. I also want to make it, I don't want to make it linear, I want to make it smooth. Oh, so you can see it's smooth. And change it to cardinal or monotone and reduce the tension, and you see it looking smooth. If you want to create this kind of aerial chart, this is how they create it basically. You guys have seen charts like this, right? No.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Abraham, you guys have seen chart like this, so you now know how to create charts like this. So depending on the kind of chart you want to create. Mr. Abraham, are you there? Are you sleeping? Abraham is sleeping now. So for my x-axis, I wanted to remove the title. Now you have your tooltip, right? Now I can decide to add my, let me go back here. I can decide to add my data label, or you can remove it if you want, depending on what you think makes sense. I like to add, but if you want, you can remove it. Doesn't really matter. This is what they call tooltip. This is what you call your tooltip. Now, if I want to actually play my tooltip, I can go to my properties, go to tooltips, and go to text. And let's say I will just change my text so that you can see my text that has changed. Let's say I want to change my label to, I don't know, say something like this. You can see my label. Then I can then go to my background color and change my background color maybe to something like this. So you can see it. you can increase or reduce the transparency. So depending on how you can see the transparency. The transparency has made it look like I can still see my chart as well as my numbers. Does that make sense? So depending on, let me increase the redness to this red. Yeah, so I can just increase my red here. Now you can then see that I can see both my tooltip as well as my chart at the same time. So you have to be very, very creative. Like, it has a lot to do with creativity, you know, as well as technicality. But this profit margin is in percentage. Now I'll just click out of my chart, my active chart, and you can look at it here, gauge. You go to click on gauge, you see it there. I'm just gonna shift it to this place and move it so that it doesn't lap, and maybe possibly move it like this. Now it needs a value, so I'll just click on my profit margin. So you can see my profit margin, and the reason why my profit margin is like this is because it is not in percentage. So I can choose how I want to represent my profit margin. So I'm going to click on profit margin and just click on percentage. Yep. So you can see my profit margin in percentage. I'm just going to reduce it to, I just want to reduce the decimal point to basically 0%. Now, so I have between 0 and 14%, which, let me see. Yeah, so you see this particular 20% here, I think is like a bare minimum, which is minimum value here. So I can click on this is my minimum value, drag my profit margin here. I don't need a sum, I need a minimum value. Actually don't need a sum, I just need minimum. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's fine. Or I can click and drag it to target value. I thought so. Sorry, it's supposed to be target value. My target value is supposed to be target. It's not going to show me anything, but I'll just go to the click on this arrow button here. Go to minimum. Where is my target? I don't know. I can't see my target value. Why is that? Sorry, hold on. This is weird. It's supposed to show me something. Although I have to click on my profit margin to here again. Oh, I think I should do. Oh, the funny thing is that it's not. It doesn't summarize. So I think I'm supposed to add my minimum value from my profit margin, but I'm not sure. Minimum, 13%. Let me click on maximum 2. Come here, come to max. Oh, interesting. Let me check. Forgotten how to do the yeah. So the profit margin is here. Next we'll add the target gauge. Oh, I think okay. Oh, so my mistake. So I think I can add the target value here. Sorry. The axis here, auto target, I think I'll just say 0.2. Yeah, so that is interesting. Maximum, minimum. Okay, you can also set it here. That's interesting. I can then go to my let me see. Change the title to profit margin. Then the sales by product and sales by profit margin by sales by product, profit margin by segment. I'll just go to my Power BI, go to my column bar chart. It needs data, so I'm going to click on sales. I'm also going to click on product. Where's product? It's intuitive to actually create it for me. So the title is sales by product. So this sum of sales, I'll just change it to sales. Again, I really don't like grid lines. So I'm just going to go to grid lines, remove my grid line. I don't need my x-axis, both the value as well as the do I need my y-axis? Yes, but I don't need the title.
Hello, Jessica.
Abraham, is there a point in time that you guys did not hear me and did not talk? Sorry?
Now, what did you say?
I said, was there a point in time you guys were not hearing me and you did not talk?
Just like 3 minutes ago.
And you guys cannot talk? That's interesting. Anyways, so can you hear me now?
Yes.
So basically, I've actually created this. Now, there's this part that is negative here, right? And that's the bar chart here. So I can go to my bar, go to colors, and I want to set a rule. The rule is if it is less than 0, I want to put a red. Red color is FF like this. That's red. Yeah, click on OK. So anything less than 0, basically. Sorry. Go to rules, go to if it is actually, I just need anything less than 0. If it is, I'll just go to colors and just say color is red this is the hex value for red. So basically is what they did here. You create a rule and you can see it's negative value. And yeah, because it's negative, it's going towards this way. So for the, we can't actually see the y-axis very well. I can just go to my axis and increase this maximum width to, so you can see the more I increase it, the more I'm able to see. Or I can also reduce this so that I'll be able to see everything in full. Yeah. So yeah, we've created our first visualization based on this particular instruction. So I'm going to send you, I think I've sent you guys this stuff. I'll send you more. Oh, this is publishing. You need a Microsoft account. I will try as much as possible. I'm trying to look for a way to create this thing. So basically, I can actually publish this stuff online. Now, look at what happens when I click and based on country for France. Can you see everything is changing? If I click Canada, it changes. For US, it changes. Now, I don't really like using drop down, especially for countries that are not plenty. Left for me, I would have used something else. The same thing with date. You can click on a particular date, let's say to February, and click on OK. Why is it not? Oh, sorry. Apologies. Let me click on date, December, January. I'll just choose a particular date. You can see everything is going to change, right? Now there's really no a reset button for filters. Ordinarily, I can then decide to come to, I just click elsewhere, come to insert, go to buttons, and there's a reset button somewhere here, clear all. So this basically is to clear all the slicers. So I can just come here, maybe I'll just put it here and say style, do I want border? I don't want border. I can come to text and just say reset, right? And maybe come to the font, come to, I want it white, I want it heavy. I also want it to look like a button. Now, because I don't have any fill, it's really not going to look like a button. So I can add a fill to it. Is white. What color would I want to? Let me see. I can reduce it so that it looks. I just put it here, so it is reset. You can also change the text color to black if you want. Now I can then come to, do I want to? Yeah, I just change the transparency. Now I can then, so this is like, oh, how would I know if I'm hovering on this? I can come to the state. This default state is default. If I come to hover, I can come to the text and just say increase this text. So you can see by the time I hover around, it will just increase. And what does this do? If I click on control, if I press on my control and click on reset, it's going to reset my slicer for me. So if I've chosen Canada, if I've changed the slicer date, this is like a filter. I can then, instead of me to just go back and start dragging this, I'll just click on control and reset it to just reset everything for me. You can also make this a drop down, a disappearing act, but we'll come to that shortly in the next video. Hopefully I'll teach you guys tips and tricks on how to actually play with your visualization. I've sent you guys this. I will send you the this is you guys, right? So Power BI. So I'll just say sales report. No, this is cohort 2, Power BI. So I'll just say sales report. And I'll send it to you. I'll send you, please try and practice. Hopefully in the next video, we'll actually do some interesting DAX and play around with visualizations. So before we leave, any questions before we leave? Jessica, how are you? Why did you come early? Abina came early. Which one?
Comet.
Sorry, what?
Huh?
I say, why did you come early?
I was kind of busy.
You that they shifted time because of. Anyways, let me not talk. I'll allow your roommates here
But I
to.
but I joined now.
Okay. I hope you are fine, Sha. How's your flu?
I'm good now.
Okay, good.
That's today's
so I'm going
visualization.
to.
I was bouncing.
Sorry.
I said today's class.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot. If I could
Yeah, it's
imagine,
a lot.
if I could like say, okay, where are you? What you're saying something else. I'm like, oh God, what's happening?
But you attended the others now, so no need to fear.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No question.
Are you sure? So I've sent you guys some of the labs. You can play with them, but that's what we are going to be using in terms of the DAX and every. I thought I stopped sharing. This my application is just messing up. Anyways, if you don't have any questions, I bid you guys farewell and have a wonderful day. Khadija, Abraham, any questions? I thought you wanted to say something.
No
questions.
Sorry.
No question.
I would reshare you the link to the financial data set so you guys can connect using Power Query. So you're going to have the online version. Yeah. So have a wonderful day.
You too.
Jessica, bye. Jessica.
So bye.
Khadija, take care. If you are ready to do your installation, let me know. Just send me screenshots as usual.